Hi, this is Debbie. Welcome to the Starch Frenzy. Good to see you again. I started to make a couple of veggie burgers yesterday, and I thought, just as I started, I better wait, stop, and film this because maybe you'd like to see how I make them. And they did come out delicious, even if I do say so myself. So stay tuned, and I'll show you how I do it. I wanted to mention that I got this recipe from a website called The Buddhist Chef, and it's a delicious recipe. I did make one small change, or a couple of small changes actually, but the main thing is the recipe calls for some olive oil. I just don't add any extra oils to my recipes at all, and I never ever miss the oil, so I did leave that part out. And also, I don't think it's that good for you. So leave the oil out would be my recommendation. But other than that, you can follow this recipe as it is or make a few tweaks in the seasonings, as I mentioned at the very end. But check out that website because that recipe was a keeper for sure. So let's go ahead and get started. Here we have put into the food processor 1 onion, and I've whirled it for a few minutes to chop it. And then I've added 1 cup of rice. Now this is basmati rice, and it looks brown. It's actually white rice, white basmati rice, but I cooked it in some vegetable stock, so it turned out that nice golden brown color. Next, we'll add the rest of our ingredients. So we have 1 cup of breadcrumbs. I'm using the panko breadcrumbs here. 2 cups of beans. Most of them are black beans, but I also have a few pinto beans. If they're canned beans, like what I'm using, I rinse them first, or if you can cook your own. Then we're going to add our seasonings, which is 1 teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of cumin, and a teaspoon of steak seasoning. And lastly, we're going to add a squirt of mustard. I'm using yellow mustard, probably about a teaspoon, maybe a tablespoon, and 2 tablespoons of ketchup, which is 2 squirts. All right, 2.5 squirts. Okay, now we're going to put the cover on and blend it. First, I'm going to pulse it. And you may have to scrape down the sides, but so far this is looking pretty good. All right, I'm going to scrape down the sides now. I've removed the contents from the food processor into a bowl, and you'll see that it easily kind of mashes like this. We get a little closer, and yet it's also crumbly. Actually, it has very much the same texture as raw Hamburg. So what we're going to do next is form these into patties and place them on I'm going to place them on a cookie sheet that has been lined with parchment paper. And initially I'm going to freeze the patties to firm them up for freezing, and I'll leave some of the patties aside as I'm going to bake them in a few minutes. Now this recipe has made 10 small balls, and they're not really small. Or what I'm going to do is combine them, because we like our burgers big, and I'm going to take 2 balls, but this is the size of a ball that my hand could actually make. I'm going to take 2 of these and combine them together to make rounded patties and place on my baking sheet. And I have it lined with parchment paper, and the only reason I'm doing it is I'm going to flash freeze these and probably cook one for now and save the rest for later. So I'll take two of the balls together, push them together, and make a nice big round burger. Nice and thick. These hold together beautifully. It's amazing. Here we go. 4 nice big ones for the freezer. I'm just going to cover them with some saran wrap. And I'm going to do my other one in the toaster oven. I have a little Breville toaster oven that I'm going to cook this one in. And you bake it actually at 350 degrees for 10 or 12 minutes on one side, turn the patty over, and 10 minutes on the other side. When it's all done, I'm going to plate it up in a bun with some fixings and show you what it looks like. And then I'm going to have lunch. Okay, the burger is all done, so I'm going to go ahead and assemble it. I'll get my patty from the oven. And that's what it looks like. All nice and done. Ooh, smell that. All right. Put that right there. Now, I like to have mustard, some sliced sweet onion, Vidalia when it's in season. There we go. That should do it. And of course, some nice, freshly sliced tomatoes from the farmer's market, along with some curly lettuce. Let's pile it high. All right. Look at that. Are you hungry? Okay, now it's time to try it. Now I'm going to be ladylike and not take a huge bite, if I can. Now let's see. Yum. I'm glad I'm ready for lunch because this is absolutely delicious. I tell you, it is something that you just definitely want to try. So thank you so much for joining me today and watching the video. I sure appreciate your support. If you'd like to try this recipe, I hope you do. I'll have the entire recipe and the instructions in the description section down below. Let me know what you do and if you change it up at all. Everybody adds their own touch to the recipes. Try it and enjoy it. And if you did, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you're not already a subscriber to my channel. Ring the bell so you get alerted to when I have upcoming videos. Hope to see you real soon. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.